Okay, hi guys. Here we go. Fa La La is our next one. It's also a grid pattern. It's a good filler pattern to fill in like behind something. I think that would be kind of fun. You want to do your grid in pencil. So anytime you see green on our website, on the Pattern Dash Collections step outs, that means green. I mean, green means pencil. Blech. So this is a little complicated. I mean, it's not really complicated, but it's a little complicated. Because you don't want to put the, it's this part that, bleh. Learn how to speak, Dawn. Just learn how to speak. There's your grid. Lots of, let's see, they've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they've done 5 by 7. You want to, you for sure need 2 because each row basically is 2 grids, and you need at least 5 across, or because there's this, each one is 2, and then it's a space, and then 2, and then a space. So if you want to do 3 across, you'd have to have 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. You'd have to have 8. Anyway, first thing we're going to do is these diagonals. So you're going to go diagonal, diagonal like a bow tie, and then you're going to skip a row, and then diagonal, diagonal like a bow tie. Okay, same thing here. Skip a row, diagonal, diagonal, skip a row, diagonal. This would be a diagonal here if you had one. Wouldn't it? No. It's hard for me to wrap my head around this particular part of this, and I don't know why it's so difficult. It may be easiest for me to find this line and do like that. Those are all diagonal there. Those are diagonal there. And then you skip. They're like every other one. They're offset somehow. I'm going to have to just start a row and figure it out, because this is, I didn't think it was going to be this difficult, but I'm having a really difficult time wrapping my head around the spacing. So it's 1 and then 2 and then 1 and then 2, 1 and then 2 and then 1 and then 2, 2 and then 1 and then 2. So it's, that's just, I'm having a hard time with the spacing. So you're just going to have to help me figure this out as I go. And it'll be worse that I'm going to put it on a non-standard grid. We're just going to deal with it. Move on. Next thing we do is connect these with 2 lines. Okay. Then in this square, we're going to put a spiral. So there's like a line of spirals. That almost might be easier for me, is to do the spirals first. And that's what we're ending up looking like. They look like musical notes. You can do it in just a row, in which case I think I would do the spirals first and then do this part. Be easier. What the heck is going on? I'm just going to try it. We're just going to go for it. when I first looked at it, I thought, oh, this will be easy. And the longer I study it, the more my brain is having issues with it. And I think it's just me, and it's just my brain, and it's what I'm having troubles with. So we're just going to go for it and see what happens. I turn on my lights. And before I started, I decided I was going to do it on a dark piece of paper with a white gel pen. Why did I decide that? I don't really know. But that's what I decided. Where's my white gel pen from my Jazzy art box? The Uniball Signo Broad. I'm going to try that. So, can you see my pencil? Yes, you can. Okay. That's good. Okay, I'm going to do a curved grid, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do a curved grid. Can you see that grid? You can see it. Okay, I'm going to do the curved grid, and then I'm going to do a bit of a curve going the other direction. And hopefully my brain will figure out what I'm supposed to do in these spots. Okay. There's my grid. I may have made a grave mistake trying to do this one on a curved grid before I've learned how to do it in the first place. But I am going to actually think about this. It's supposed to have diagonals. Give me a look here. If it was straight. Boy, this was not the one to do a curved grid on. Because the pattern goes at a diagonal. And since the pattern goes at a diagonal, you don't want a curved grid going at a diagonal. No. Okay, let's try again. I'm just going to flip it over. That'd be easier than trying to erase. I still might not do a complete straight grid, but I need it to not be at a diagonal. It's all, yeah, you don't do a diagonal pattern on a diagonal grid. That's not working for me. So what I can do, however, is I can make them slightly bigger and smaller going this way. We can do the curve. I just need to do the curve going more at that angle. And then, like I did with that one, the last one, I can make the curve slightly like that. That's better. Do you see that? That's makes it more easy to figure out. So I'm going to do a row of verticals. I'm just going to go for it with the pen. I don't know if this is the right idea, but I'm just going to go for it with the pen. The diagonals on a diagonal grid. We're just going to do one and go for it. Oops, I need to, these Uniball pens, you want to test it on a piece of scrap paper first, make sure they're working before you jump in. Can you see my grid at all? Can you see where I'm working? So I'm going to pick this one and I'm going to go diagonal all the way across like that. Okay. And then on one row you go up to and then there. And then you go up to and here. And then up to and it's there. And then you skip 2 and it's here. Skip 2. Okay. And then you skip 2 and it's here. And then you it's diagonal here. And then you skip 2 and it's here. Skip 2 and it's here. Okay. Is that right? I think so. Oh, you are way too close. Well, I did it so that you could see the grid, but I hope that wasn't too bad. I apologize. This is going to be a learning curve thing. Just is. Okay. Then we are going to have these two connected together. And then that one is empty, so this one's connected together. And then that one is empty, right? I'm just looking at the step out, trying to figure it out. It doesn't help that it doesn't help my brain. I don't know about your brain, but it doesn't help my brain. Let me show you this real quick. It does not help my brain that step 1 and 2. I don't know, you can't see that. Let me turn off my light. Step 1 and 2 of the step outs, the grid is going vertically. And then step 3, the grid is now going horizontally. That is not helping my brain in the least. Not at all. So just want to let you guys know, if you are designers of patterns, it's best to have your step outs being the same as the base grid. So I'm trying to just figure this out. because it looks so different than what I have here on my piece of paper. So I think I want to be here. Yeah. Okay. So it's like in between. Okay, and then in this spot, make the spiral. This particular one, you really don't notice that I've made an not straight grid. I probably should have just done it with a straight grid and not worried about it, because, yeah, you don't even see the grid really. Kind of like that. Feel like there should be one there. Oh, I missed one here. I think we're okay. I think I want an outside border. Like that. And then I think I'm going to very carefully make that one thicker and just a little thicker right at the top of each of these swirls. Like that, because you really can't shade with a regular shadowing. So if you make some line weight variation, that will give it something different, some depth to it. Something like that. Yeah, I could have just, yeah, not done that grid. I think I would have been better off making this spirals first, a row of spirals, and then coming up and connecting. I'm going to try that on the other side without the grid and just see what I can get done freeform, but I'm going to finish this anyways. But I want to try it. See what happens. Maybe I'll go ahead and use that funky grid I made on the other side and do this in a different way. Now that I've kind of wrapped my head around it, it is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I don't know why I was having such a tough time with the step out, but I think part of the difficulty I was having with the step out is that it went from a vertical orientation to a horizontal orientation midway through the steps, and I think that was throwing me completely off. My brain was having a tough time with it. So if ever you're having difficulty with a step out, you know, you can always go into the Pattern Dash Collections group, because all of these step outs were created by members of the Pattern Dash Collections Facebook group, and or at least 99% of them. This is Fa La La. And so if you're having a hard time with one of the patterns, you can reach out to the designer of the pattern on Facebook and tell them, you know, I'm having a really struggling time with your pattern, and explain to them what part, like if I had said oh, I didn't wait for it to dry long enough. Should have known better. Gotta let this pen dry really long time. I smeared it right there, but that's okay. Just playing anyways. That you can reach out to them and say, you know, I'm really having a struggle with your step outs. And I think part of my problem is that you have a horizontal and then a vertical, or a vertical then a horizontal orientation on your step out. Do you think you could redraw it for me? And you know what? I can almost guarantee you that that they'd be happy to try. Now, not everybody has time to do it right away, but I'm 100% sure that they would be happy to try. So I'm going to try this I'm going to try doing a row of the spirals. The spirals they're actually start in the, I'm going to use this side with that grid that I did. And I'm going to start here, and the spirals actually start in this lower corner. So I'm going to do a whole row of spirals and see what happens if I build up from spirals instead of from lines. Okay, and then I'm going to follow the line of my grid. It's not exactly the same, but it's so interesting and close. I like it. I actually like this better and found it easier to do. So, and then we'll do a row of spirals here. That. And then it needs to be, it's a spiral, a blank, a spiral, a blank, a spiral. The row of spirals is here. We're just going to give this a go and try a different way to see if maybe that helps my brain a little bit. And then this is the one that's connected, so it's this one and this one. Okay, and then no spirals. Spirals are in this row. And then this is the one that's connected. That wasn't so bad. I actually liked that. Didn't tax my brain as badly. So I would do that. I would do a row of spirals and then connect the top parts. Way better. Way better than this. This is okay. I was okay with it. But this was way easier for my brain. The way I think, this was easier. So now you've got 2 ways to try it. Give that a go. See how it works for you. Now is this dry enough that I can erase my grid? Yeah, I just didn't wait long enough. Those jelly pens all take a long time to dry, so don't try to erase till after. And I really didn't even need the grid. Just do a row of spirals. I did them in this grid just to see what would happen, but you don't really even almost need it. I like it. That would be a great filler. If you had some other big project and you're trying to do a filler, this would be a really cute little filler. Easy to do. All right. I think I'm done. I will see you guys on the next video. The next one we're going to do is called Ninio, N-I-N-N-I-O. And we'll see what happens. I will see you guys on the next video. Have a great day. Go out and do something nice for someone today and make our world a better place, because you know what? It's the people who don't do nice things for others that make the place just stinking awful to live in. So stop it. Go out and be nice to people. That's not hard, and it doesn't cost you anything. Bye.